Wow, you are so pirate right now. Oh, I just realized that's supposed to come out. I was like, these stupid shitty hats, they suck.
Call me Arnold or whatever.
Yeah.
Also the...
Oh, hello. Testing. All right. Leads. Can I have all the leads' attention for 1 sec? Leads, can I have all your attention? When you come up here to speak, hold the microphone. The microphone is not for them. The microphone is for the people on Twitch. Don't speak too loud into it, but speak clearly into it, and just remember you're doing it for the people on Twitch. Okay? Yes.
So that mic is...
This mic is only for Twitch. However, as soon as we start screaming, it's going to get really quiet, so you'll be good. Okay? I have faith in you guys. So also what's going to happen is I have all your presentations pulled up right now. We're going to spin the wheel. When we spin the wheel, I'll go to your presentation and put it in full screen. And if there's any associated audio or anything, I'll start playing. Yes. Yeah. This is only one mic. You'll just have to pass it between them. Any other questions for me before we get going? This is your guys' big moment. You are going to do amazing. I believe in all of you 100%. We picked you guys for this job because we know you can do it. All right? I believe in you guys. No, we're not starting yet. They're just praising me. Praise me.
Y'all can keep talking.
Yeah. You guys are good. Keep going.
I don't know when we're going to start.
In like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Twitch is pulled up. Let's
All right.
Do we have a soundtrack set up or just the Mario Party?
It's just an intro.
Okay,
That's fine.
Oh, Alan, I have your stuff.
Alan already got this stuff.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. It kind of was like on lockdown for that.
All right. So just to, you'll start. You'll cue me in. I'll talk. You do PR game, and then we just kind of keep on. Let's do this.
Yes, I'm so excited.
You
Okay,
should
hold
be.
up.
Oh, holding.
The seats up here, if you want to come down. Sit down here.
There's seats down
Yeah,
here.
come all the way down. If you're sitting over there, come down. There's seats down here. Why are we not making them pay extra instead of those seats?
And if there's any empty spots, be sure to take it. If there's no more empty spots, then you guys can sit in the stairs or only one lane. Because we don't want a fire hazard.
Yes, we do not.
Yep. There's only one option.
That's fine. I think this is fine.
I think off is like really intimate.
Yeah.
I want that.
Where's my pirate coat? There you go.
Arg.
Arg, me maybe.
Arg, me.
Are you ready?
Hello.
Are you ready to start?
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
All right. Welcome everyone to Fall 2024 VGDev pitch meeting. Announce your captain, Nick Unger! Woo! Ahoy, mateys! Are you ready to set sail on the most brilliant adventure of your lives? Today we'll be visiting 6 beautiful islands and meeting the inhabitants of them. Your
Everybody, thank you so much for coming out. This is an amazing crowd. Thank you for everything this week. If you came to the info meeting, if you came to the opening showcase, if this is your first time coming to a VGDev event, if this is your 100th time coming to a VGDev event, we promise you, this will be the best semester of VGDev you have ever experienced. All right. And now I get to talk about really exciting stuff, like all the QR codes you're going to scan today. So, a quick agenda. We will be introducing ourselves. We will be going over a few housekeeping items, and then it's the moment you've all been waiting for, the pitches. So, and then also, we're going to have not Ray's, but Papa John's. So please join the Engage page if you haven't already. It's just a good show of our membership, and it helps, the school kind of show that we're a big club, and, I think it helps us get money. And I think you guys want more money for this club, so I can spend that money on things like pirate swords.
It also helps us get food.
Oh, yes, that. All right, 10 seconds more. All right, moving on. Even more important is the attendance form. Please fill this out. Normally we get snacks. We don't have snacks this week because we didn't have a meeting. If everyone fills this out, we will have like 1 million snacks next week. And then if everyone fills it out next week, we'll have 2 million snacks. And that's just great. Everyone loves the snacks. Like, we can't keep buying Papa John's forever. You guys have to feed yourselves. What's the old saying? Teach a man to fill out the attendance form, and you'll feed him for a lifetime. Give a man Papa John's, and you'll feed him for a night. All right, 5 more seconds. All right, even more importantly, if you have not joined the Discord for the VGDev server, please do that now. Please, I cannot stress how important this is. Basically, any and all important information will be shared in this Discord server. Even more important than coming to the meeting some days, I would argue, because that is where you learn about what's happening during the meeting. So please, if you have not already, join the Discord. I'll be really sad if someone leaves here without joining the Discord. And you don't want to make your captain cry, because I will cut off your limbs. Oh, geez, that wasn't that funny. All right, now I may be the captain of this ship, but I am nothing if not my crew. So I would like to introduce my Vice Admiral, Jung. Jung, do you want to introduce yourself, everybody? All right. Our navigator and PR, Esther. Our lovely fun and friendship minister who cannot be here today, Jade. And our weaver of webs, our webmaster, Na, who is here today? No. No? Oh, well, still clap. Clap for Na. We will be guiding you on this perilous journey, and we hope to see you here every week as we navigate uncharted waters and experience beautiful things. All right, I'm going to hand it over to Esther.
Hey y'all, I'm the PR. One of the most famous things known to VGDev is the fact that the PR famously does not draw. I have broken the cycle of abuse, and I draw actually, but also I've kind of continued the cycle of abuse by not liking drawing that much and being kind of lazy with it. So that's why PR Gang exists. So if you want to draw, like do graphic art, like do promotional art, and specifically the semester game trailer, which requires video editing, would love to show you the trailer, but you can look it up on YouTube. It's there. So yeah, I have the sign up form right there, and I'll get back to you when you sign up around next week, early next week. So yeah, please sign up. That would be much appreciated. Yeah, that's all for me.
Thank you, Esther. All right, 2 quick things that I'm going to plug. The first is our Unity workshop. In the past, this has been our 2nd meeting, but we are doing things a little differently this semester. If you would like to come to our Unity workshop, learn the basics of Unity with VGDev through Flappy Bird, it will be this Wednesday, September 4th at 5 p.m. in Skiles 368. I know it's a little out of the way, but we are trying to make this a jam-packed semester full of interesting things for you guys to do. So if you want to learn a little more about Unity, come talk to us, come hang out. It would be really great, and we'd love to see you there. All right, and the very last thing that we'd like to do is plug ATL Game Devs. ATL Game Devs has been a longtime friend of the club. Kartik, a former president of the club, is, I believe, the founder of ATL Game Devs, right? Really incredible guy. If you haven't met Kartik, I would definitely consider reaching out to him in the Discord server, but like, not all at once because I don't want to get in trouble. But he's a really fantastic guy. If you want to get more involved with the Atlanta game dev scene, definitely join their Discord. I believe they either just had a meeting. They just had a meeting. So if you want to get involved with the next meeting, check out their Discord, check out their website. It's a great resource if you're looking to just get connected with other game devs outside of VGDev. All right. Are you guys ready? Come on, louder, louder. All right, mateys, it's pitch time. And it would not be a VGDev meeting if it wasn't time to spin that wheel. Hold on. All right, all right, all right. All right. 3, 2, 1. Spin that wheel. Is it going to be hospital days? Oh! Oh my God! Introducing Trevor and Melanie for Hospital Days. Code Gotcha!
Hi guys, I'm Trevor, this is Melanie, and this is our pitch for this semester, Hospital Days Code Gotcha. So, as I said, I'm Trevor. I am a 5th year solid earth and planetary science major, or as Esther puts it, physics. And I am a first-time lead along with Melanie. I worked on Sylvie's Constellation last semester, and I am also a Hoyo addict along with Final Fantasy XIV. And let me tell you, have you heard of the critically acclaimed
I'm Melanie. I'm a 2nd year industrial design major and a 3D modeling junkie. I've worked on the games Bonbon and Tip, and I'm a Nintendo enjoyer and definitely have not spent that much money on Genshin. But anyways.
So, what is Hospital Days? Well, it's a 3D slice-of-life RPG that starts to include horror elements as the days go on. So you get to stay at the hospital, you get to yap with the people in the hospital, and you get to gamble with the people in the hospital. You then take your winnings from them, and you get to roll for decorations and gifts to give them.
So we're first inspired by Persona 5. We're going to have an affection system with the rest of the hospital patients. So the main character, Tori, you can go around, talk to other hospital patients, gamble with them, and build their affection. It's really similar to the social system in Persona 5. This mouse is so weird. And then we are also inspired by Doki Doki Literature Club. So the whole everything starts out fine, but then something strange starts happening after a while. Oh shoot. And then we're finally inspired by the one only Genshin Impact. For obvious reasons, Code Gotcha, Genshin Impact, I mean. This mouse is not mousing.
So, we mentioned horror elements, so what are these elements? Well, so the story is essentially, you're Tori, you got into a car accident before this, so you gotta recover, so you're staying at the hospital, but you know, you're stuck in the hospital, you're just gonna be bored all day. So, during their stay, the nurse is like, okay, well if you come do these tasks every day for me, I'll give you these tokens to use on the gotcha machine. And you know, you pull your normal things, you know, your normal gotcha-con things, like little characters, little things like this, and a syringe? Chaos starts as you start pulling things that start coming from the real world, and they start disappearing from the hospital. So maybe these interesting figurines that you're pulling might have some more consequences than you might originally think.
So pretty much how it works is that each day you get a mission from the nurse to do like a little. Thank you. You get a mission from the nurse to do like a little task or something for her, and she gives you a little coin to use in the capsule machine. You pull from the capsule machine, get your little figurine. Voila! And so you notice that your figurine kind of looks like familiar, like something in the hospital kind of thing. And so like you know after a while that like, oh my god, this stuff I'm pulling from the figurine machine is actually coming from the real world. Wow!
So, the dangers of gacha. So, you know, it's great pulling these inanimate objects, but, you know, question. What happens if you start pulling other people? You know, it's like, that you might be in some real trouble if things take a wrong turn.
So here's a little pan through of our hospital so far. There is some art assets in this 3D modeling, but if you can't tell, it's kind of bare bones right now. So this is where you guys come in. Woo!
So obviously we're going to need programmers. We are using Unity, which is going to be using coding in C#, and we have tasks for all skill levels for the beginners, from like main menus UIs to some more advanced things such as the gotcha system and gambling mini games, along with the dialogue system, and also tech art. What's shadows, lighting and shadows. We are gonna definitely need your help with that.
And so for 2D artists, we're gonna need UI art. So we're gonna be needing art for our menus and our gambling mini games. We're also gonna be needing concept art. I can do art, not 2D art. So we need concept art for our characters and environments decor. And we're also gonna be having, this is a major portion of our game, it's gonna be a bulletin board that's gonna spill all the tea of the hospital throughout the 7 days. And so our style is kind of inspired by like a Netco Atsume kind of style with a minimal shading lighting, with really clean line work. So it's really easy for beginners to get into this if you want to get into 2D art. And so for 3D art, oh my god, this is where I come in. So we're gonna go for a low poly and simple, like simple look, simple geometry. So this is a perfect game if you guys want to get into Blender, start learning Blender. We'll have all the resources available for you for that. If you guys want to make character models, environmental models, character animation model, or character animation, like I love it so much. Okay, so for designers, have you guys ever designed a hospital floor? Have you guys ever wanted to become an architecture major but just didn't want to put in the effort? We're here for you. Have you guys ever wanted to design a gambling minigame? Maybe like run a casino when you graduate? I mean, like, we're right here. And here's our base model of our hospital layout. We made it in Minecraft, if you can tell. So, we're going to need a lot of critiques and see how the floor lays out because we're going to be opening different sections of the hospital throughout the different days. So,
now, writers, if any of you have ever interacted with the Persona 5 social link system, you will know there will be a hell of a lot of dialogue that you're going to need to write. So, we also, as we mentioned, the bulletin board, we need people to write the team. We can come up with it, but we got to have people come up and write it too. And also, we're going to have objects that you can interact with that you need to give descriptions to, and such some other things as well.
and so for audio, we're going to have around 2 or 3 tracks. One's going to be a main track, and we're going for pure head empty vibe. This is going to be the main track when you explore the hospital and talk to different patients. So I just wanted it to be a very chill vibes in the hospital. And then we're also going to be needing some tracks for our gambling mini games. So do you hear the song playing right now? Something similar to that.
So, do you want to do even more work? Well, if you do, we are looking for sub-leads. We're looking for a programming sub-lead, and if you didn't notice, neither of us are CSCM majors. And we're also looking for an art sub-lead that can do mainly 3D art for the most part. Join us. So we will have you can join the Discord and fill out the interest form. This QR code right here. Our first onboarding meeting will be tomorrow in Colk 127 from 3 to 5, and we do plan to have some food for y'all.
So make sure you guys take out your phones, get our QR codes, join our Discord. It's going to be so much fun.
And we look forward to seeing you.
No, you go on with questions.
Oh yeah, that's right. Questions. Any questions?
Questions, anyone?
Ada.
How much do the gacha items cost? Like, how much real world money
How much?
Real world money. So unfortunately this is VGDev, so we actually can't make people spend money on our game.
But I will say on the interest form, it will ask for the last digits of your credit card information. So
On the back and the expiration date. So if you guys really want to give us that information.
go ahead.
All right, cool. Gee, sorry about that.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah. All right. Oh, wow. All right. First things first. If you're just joining us, don't feel like you have to stand up. You can sit on the stairs, just one side of the stairs. It doesn't make it a fire hazard.
Yeah, currently that is a little bit of a fire hazard, so I would highly recommend
Yeah,
that you sit
please
down the stairs.
come in all the way in. There's a seat here. If you have a seat next to you, raise your hand. If you have an open seat next to you, raise your hand. Let's let everyone come in and join us.
And sit down.
All right. And all I'll say is that island must have been a leper colony because it's for real sickos.
What? What? You're just saying things for fun? What does that mean?
Is that really that old of a joke?
Just one lane for the stairs.
All right. And now it's time to... Welcome, Ryan and Joseph for Back to Basics.
Oh, yes. Hello, Twitch.
Hello, everyone. I'm Joseph. And I'm Ryan. And
Welcome to Back to Basics. Oh, yeah, here you go.
First off, who are we? I'm Joseph So. I'm a third-year CS major and a 20-year disaster. Oh, hey, there we are. All right. I'm a third-year CS major, 20-year disaster, and I'm a crippling caffeine addict, and I've previously worked on From Novel, which has me looking a bit like this and a bit like this.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Ryan Abusada, and I am a CS major, sysarc thread, and I love code architecture. A little addicted to it. As you can see that fun little memory processor you see there, I think. Well, I worked on Outcasts. There's the itch page for it if you want to check it out. I'd love you to.
So what is Back to Basics? Well, I'm glad you asked. Back to Basics is a 2D paper rhythm game with an action twist. You wake up on the shore as Poncho, a small little guy, you know the orange one, right? And you meet a small little bass named Basics, who tells you all about the Tyrant King Minnows and how he's terrorizing the land. So, you set out on a journey to meet new paper pals, to explore a wide paper world, to fight some rhythmic foes, and to cut down anything that stands in your way of bringing the island back to basics. But what does that actually look like? Well, start with a basic Paper Mario, sprinkle in a bit of DDR, and bam! Back to basics. Okay, but like maybe that doesn't explain everything. So, you know, what does it actually look like? Well, here's what we have right now. First, we have the exploration, where you're just running around, talking to NPCs, exploring the wide, wide world, a la Paper Mario. And then, bam, you meet an enemy, combat. You're doing DDR now. You're fighting him, you're dodging and parrying to the beat, you're slashing back on beat, and then you defeat the enemy. And then what happens? Well, we head back to basics. If it'll work, that would be awesome.
Great.
Would be great. I would love it. Okay, yeah.
All right.
Bam, back to basics. And so and on it goes. But what do we need for this?
Well, to answer that question for you, Joseph, we need some programmers as one thing we need. We're going to be using Unity, And of course, because we're using Unity, we're going to be using the famous language, Java C#, because we know we want to use that one. But for programming, we're looking for people who can help us create overworld environment, as you saw, to explore the lands. We need people to help us make cutscenes, dialogue systems, overworld interactions, and some puzzles as well, as you see a little bit here. And we also need stuff to help us for combat, because we need to implement things for our enemy actions, a little bit of AI for decision making, and then some of our player attacks and UI to make it clear for the players on what are those attacks going to be. Now, of course, this is a little bit of a lot of stuff here, but we actually accept all skill levels for the amount of things that you see on here. So if you are very experienced, we accept you. If you have literally no clue how to use Unity, no worries, we have stuff for you too. So for programmers, we also want tech artists as well, because we want things to look fancy. So we have slash attacks, cool little things that we want, and a little campfire made by someone. But we're looking for things that are like paper-like effects and a little bit of slash effects to make like a lot of our attacks a lot clearer for combat when they start to occur. Some little things that I've made myself was this little water thing. Pretty neat. And then we also want to use particle effects, because we really want to show that paper flying off when we're attacking our opponents now.
So right now, the world of Back to Basics, the island is a bit empty, so we need writers and designers to help us out. But what do you need to do? Well, we need new friends. We need friends to meet with, to vibe with, to talk with. We need new foes, ferocious foes who we can engage in combat with unique combat animations and attacks. We need story. We need more dialogue. We need more like the actual plot of the journey from the shore to the mountain. And finally, we need world design. We need puzzles. We need secrets and everything that goes in between. Now, you may notice that some of the art is being reused right now, and that's because when we do art ourselves, it tends to end up something like this. And, you know, this. And, you know, something like this. So, like, we're not the best artists. We need 2D artists. We need people who are willing to do character sprites, to draw out wacky friends, wacky humanoid animals with wacky outfits and wackier weapons, right? But we also need UI, a color UI, or a crayon UI to match that. We also need
3D art, because we're looking for as well the environment, as you saw earlier in the trailer. We need stuff that are low poly, trees, terrain, textures, and then even the mountain itself, because we need a lot of, at least a bit of 3D art. But we also have some extra things we're looking for. We need animators as well. We're working with Unity's animator system, and we want our paper people to spin, flip, dance, and even have combat animations to make a lot of the slash attacks very clear for our players, because we really want the attacks to be very clear and for our players to know what's going on. So we really want to help with that.
And finally, but most importantly, because what is a rhythm game without music? We need musicians. What we're going for is a sort of low-key, chill vibe style, like a bit of whimsy and a la Animal Crossing. But once the combat actually happens, we want to kick that up to 11. We want to make the overworld music, but speed. I'm thinking the Animal Crossing remixes in Smash Bros. Right now. And that's all. Join us if any of that interests you. We'll have onboarding tomorrow from 1 to 3 p.m. in the Colk 123. And we will be bringing brownies, so at the very least, show up for that.
That's for the brownie.
Any questions?
Any questions?
So, like, I can't see you right now, so you're going to have to hold your hands up real high. Because usually I wear glasses, but... All right, doesn't look like it. All right, then. Thank you all so much for your time.
Wow. Guys, I'll be honest. I didn't know that Basics himself was going to be here. So, I mean, just a beautiful moment, I think, for all of us. All right. I hope y'all ain't getting tired yet, because we still got 4 more of these islands to visit. So, it's time to... Spin that wheel! All right. Welcome, Vishnu and Matthew for Chime.
Whoa, okay. A little too much. Okay, chill.
Hang on, guys. We have to pull up this already. I thought I had the chime presentation. Give us a second.
Oh my god. Flip me. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Whoa, whoa. Oh wait, go to the next slide. Okay, it's good. I got it. All right, my name is Vishnu Gosai, and here I have Matthew Chen, and we're here to present to you Chime, our pitch for Fall 2024 VGDev. Now, let's meet the leads real quick.
I'm Matthew. I'm a fourth-year Comp B major, and I play too much Apex Legends. But I am also a casual rhythm game enjoyer. If you see the numbers there, if you don't understand them, that's great. I think it's probably better that way. This is my first time leading a VGDev game.
Oh, wait. Oh, it's on the side. Hello, and my name is Vishnu Gosai. I am a fifth-year math major. Yes, old, sorry. Recovering Apex Legends addict. Recently diagnosed League addict. Yeah, I know. I blame you. I blame my friends. And I am also a first-time VGDev lead. Okay, so what is Chime? Chime, at its very basic roots, is a top-down, isometric view, real-time combat game. It has a lot of roguelite inspirations, and basically, as you go through the world, your general gameplay loop will go between exploring the region to find items, you'll fight different enemies, you'll interact with different NPCs, meet people, you'll learn about the environment, what happened to the world, and then you'll go into the nighttime cycle, or a nighttime portion, where there will be a big tower defense time, where you gotta hunker down, use the items you collected, and defend against waves of monsters. And now, in Chime, what has happened to this world? In this world, the kingdom has been destroyed by some monster, and there's nothing left, but there are these memory orbs scattered throughout the map, and if you interact with them, you'll be taken into the past, and you'll see the land before this great disaster happened, and you could learn from the people, and you could learn what actually happened.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit more about some of the inspirations that we've had for this game. One of the main ones is Raven's Watch. If you've ever played Raven's Watch, you know that they have a sort of day-night cycle into their game, and from that there can be different mechanics that occur. For our game, we want to integrate that a little bit further, such that you have an exploration phase during the day, but also have sort of a defense phase during the night where you will fend off hordes of enemies.
Then next up, our biggest inspiration in terms of like the perspective and like the style and the combat is Hades. Hades has that top-down view where you're fighting through different monsters. And then next up, in terms of art, we're pulling from Don't Starve, really. We really liked that heavy outline style. And as you can see in the bottom left corner, we got Balloon's Tower Defense, referring to that nighttime defensive portion of the game. And then finally, we have Void Bastards.
Yep, and some of the inspiration we're pulling from that is having the player make conscious choices about what path they're going to take in terms of what items they would like to collect on their way to the final destination.
All right, now let's talk about the narrative of Chime. One day, there was this great monster that appeared and then blocked out the sky. If any of you played Skyward Sword, kind of like that. There's like a sky barrier, and basically the sun is blocked out, there's now a great famine, and the population has kind of been destroyed. And you are one of the few survivors left in this land. And the world has kind of been grayed out. It's a very dark environment in general. And your goal is to defeat the monster that caused this great disaster.
Now, let's talk a bit more about some of the mechanics that currently exist for Chime. currently, this is our movement mechanics, so it's very basic, and you can see our little bell companion, which is just a cylinder for now, because neither of us know how to do 3D art. Yeah, you can see that there's very basic movement. You can also see that there's a little inventory bar and also HP values, and these will also be integrated into the GUI moving on. And now some of the other mechanics include having an attack mechanic. So you'll be able to find different items at different locations on the map and use those different items against enemies. So right now we have a sort of basic sword setup, but you'll be able to have other more complex weapons as well. And this is specifically for the night phase when you'll be able to have a defense mode. You'll be able to place your items that you've collected and utilize those to attack against enemies as well and also defend against them. Yeah. Oh, it's not moving. Oh.
Watch out, something's blocking out the sky, guys. Run! Okay, you go next. Oh, okay, there we go.
And finally, our narrative-driven mechanic, memory orbs, which will allow you to be transported into the past to view specific memories and interact with them. And those interactions that you have with those memories in the past will be able to affect all of the locations that you have visited in the present. All right. Yeah. Okay. Programming. Since we are still at a very basic level, as you can tell from sort of like the demo GIFs, we will need a lot of people who are interested in programming, but don't be scared. We're available to people of all skill levels. We're welcome to people of all skill levels, and we'll be trying to maintain a lot of documentation to help facilitate that, help ease you guys into programming in Unity.
In terms of art, as you just saw, we got blocks, guys, and we got cubes, and we got circles. Wow, I know, we need an art sublead. We need people for 2D art, 3D art. There will be a 3D portion. We need people to help make the environments. We need people to help with the concept art for the main characters and things like that. And specifically, in terms of our art direction, we're looking more towards, if you see in the bottom right, we have Raven's Watch, which has that heavy outline kind of style again that I was talking about, that's similar to Don't Starve. And then for dialogue and things like that, we're thinking of doing it similar to how Hades does it, and if you also play from Hospital Days, they mentioned Persona 5. Persona 5 is a similar system where they'll have stills of the characters and the dialogue boxes beside it. Next slide, next slide.
Yep. And with art, we'll also need animation for that art. If you can tell right here, the little sword is animated by me. I don't really know how to do animation, so we're really looking for people to do that.
Oh God, okay. Music. Right now, what's playing is the opening from Hollow Knight. We want a very simple soundtrack, not too much in your face. Whenever battles happen, we can talk about having a more upbeat kind of music going on in the background, but generally we're shooting for around 2 tracks, an opening track and then like a main overworld track. And in terms of sound effects, we're looking for sound effects for the different weapons that you're going to pick up and for the different items that you might deploy. Go next. Again, this is just a reiteration of what we've been talking about. Really, you of any skill level we're looking for in terms of programming, design and writing, 2D and 3D art, music, SFX, and like sound effects and visual effects, all these things, any level. There's a lot of space. There's a lot of space for you to come to us with any of your own creative ideas and put that into the game. You will be able to see and translate a lot of what you want to see into this game. There's the potential for that. And for 2D and 3D art, we are looking for we are looking for a sublead. We really need that sublead, guys. We do not know what we're doing. Finally, we have our onboarding meeting. Will be on Sunday at the College of Computing from sometime between 12 to 2 p.m. Same thing, QR codes. You know the drill. There's our Discord, and then below that, sign-up form. Please fill that out. That'll help us get a general understanding of what your ability level is and where you would fit in. There's no time left. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. I don't really have something clever to say, so.
I love chime.
Yeah, I also love chime. Wow. Chime, 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 chime.
Okay, anyway,
All
3
right.
games left.
All right, 3 games left. Again, if you are just joining us, don't feel like you have to stand in the back. If you have a seat next to you, raise your hand. There's also some space if you do want to sit on the stairs.
There's now seats in the front.
Oh yeah, there's seats in the front. Yeah, we don't bite. All right, we're halfway done, and it's time to spin that wheel. Damn. All right. Give it up for David, Houston, and Leon.
We can't keep on the spin.
Okay. So, hello. We are Team Shiftscape. A little bit about ourselves. Real quick. There we go. My name is David. I'm a third-year mechanical engineering major here. I love D&D, and I also play clarinet and bass guitar. And I've worked on a few projects before. We'll get it to click eventually.
Alright, hi guys, my name is Leon. I am a second-year computational media major. I enjoy making video games on my free time. And I participated in around 5 game jams before, and those are my credentials. I've also participated in like a CMU Carnegie Mellon Summer Game Dev program. And I'll be focusing on more of the art and creative design aspect of this game. And just a little fun fact, I'm actually a transfer student from Northeastern. This is my first semester at Georgia Tech, so I probably am newer than some of your freshmen right here. I probably know less. And another fun fact to add to that, I guess, I'm the only lead that kind of joined the club. I joined the club 3 days prior to becoming a lead. So I'm just here, you guys, yeah.
A lot of you were probably there with him at the intro meeting on Monday. But anyways, let's talk about our game. Shiftscape. Shiftscape is a 2D puzzle exploration game in which you traverse an interdimensional plane where space and time do not act as they should. What the hell does that mean? That's just a bunch of words. It doesn't really mean much when you first hear it. So let's look at an example. Let's say we've got this level here, and we've got our spaceman, we want to get him to the portal. Normally you'd think, okay, I just walk around and this is how I'll get to it. But you see, in the Shiftscape, things work a little differently. Let's take a look. You see, like I said, space doesn't really follow the same rules in this kind of realm. Everything shifts and moves in strange ways, not only allowing for unique puzzles, but also meaning that every level is not initially how it seems. Can you go next slide? So here's kind of an explanation of how it works. If you're trying to move horizontally normally, normally it seems like every row kind of shifts over one if you're viewing from above. But for this strange shifted environment, each row, if you're moving horizontally, shifts over a different amount depending on how far away it is, which allows for these unique puzzles, and it also means that the fastest solution is not always the one that you initially see. Next slide. So, this game is still very incomplete, and we need you all.
All right, I'm gonna talk about a little bit about character arts and all the arts related to this game. So basically, we're gonna head towards a new direction. Currently, our sprites are 16 pixels by 16 pixels, and we are trying to make it into a 24 by 24 to increase the resolution and add more details to it. And as of the theme of all these characters, we're basically gonna make it funky. That's all. We are making it very strange, like this frogman over here, and all of those characters that you see up there. Next slide.
You're in an interdimensional space. Things get weird.
Yeah. So as of environments, we currently have one environment implemented. It's the blue environments that you see on the demo. We call this environment the depth. And we also have another environment in mind is the town. Basically, the town concept, as you can see right over there, is it should be filled with houses and NPCs. Those NPCs are going to give you quests and missions. So the purpose of the town is basically we will have a quest encouraged exploration for the players to move around, encourage secrets and new gimmicks that we'll talk about later. Yeah. So these are all our inspirations. Is all of the games that you see right here: Yumi Nikki, Terraria, Calamity Mode, and we also have Pokemon over there. And basically any game with a strange environment.
All right. We're going to have to go through this quickly because we're running out of time. But for tech artists, we need you. We want to have cool shaders and such to make things unique. We are using Game Maker as an engine, so if you don't know that, we will try and teach it to you. But we want particle effects, weird lighting, strange distortion, as you should be able to see in the GIF, but I don't think it's moving. We also want to have dynamic backgrounds for each area. Like in the bottom right, you can see, which is also not moving for some reason. We love technical difficulties. Programmers, we don't need a ton of programmers, but we'll accept you all the same. We love you. We will be using GML, which is Game Maker's language. We will teach that to you if you're not familiar. We'll be working on UI, new tile gimmicks, and optimizations of the current code. Music, we love music. We'll have a variety of moods, each fitting different areas of our map. And we have some here. You'll have access to the slides, so you'll be able to listen to those yourself. Sound effects will be very reminiscent to retro games to fit the pixel aesthetic that we are going for.
And designers, we need you designers. We love you all designers. We were talking about level design, story quest, gimmicks, new area environments. We are very in need of designers, so please join us.
And then one last thing, we love secrets. We love hiding things within our games. Yes. So we want to have lots of Easter eggs, secret hidden rooms in order to encourage exploration and not just the puzzle part, but also the exploration. So if you think of something, we'd love to have you on our team. If you make something that doesn't really fit the game initially, we can always make a secret room for that. So we're going to have a lot of fun with that, and we'd just love to have you on our team. We will have our onboarding September 1st at 2:30. All right, at Cloth 125. We've got our sign-up form on the left, and we've got our Discord on the right. Thank you all for listening. We have time for a few quick questions, if anyone has any. Yes. We are planning on adding some new ones. So each area of the world will have its own kind of unique gimmick. Like one we're thinking of is collapsible tiles, or perhaps the shifting acts differently in a world. We've got like a dock of ideas, and we're going to have the designers help out with that as well. So programmers will help a bit with implementing that. Yes. It's going to be a bit wacky. So we didn't have a slide for it, but the initial story is like you are a researcher and you've discovered the shiftscape, but through a malfunction, you plummet into this world and you're trying to find a way out. And so that's the overall like incentive. But then we'll also just have NPCs that you can find, and they'll have like mini stories of sorts. We cannot take any more questions, but join our Discord. We'd love to talk to you. Come to onboarding. More questions. We love y'all.
All right. Guys, I will say, don't feel demoralized if your question doesn't get answered. We're going to have time after when we're, eating pizza, hanging out, having fun. You can talk to the leads, and that's what the meetings on the weekends are for. All right, we're in the home stretch. So I need you all to help me. Spin that wheel! Oh, man, what's it going to be? What's it going to be? Oh! All right. Please join me in welcoming Chris and Carlos.
Got a little video for you guys.
Nice. All right, let's go to the slides.
Okay, so hi, we are Altaroon. We are a top-down 3D tower defense or tower offense. Sorry. And now you're probably wondering, Chris, you idiot, what the hell is a tower offense?
Okay, so you see, hear me out. I made up this term a while ago, so I kind of need to explain what it is. Imagine your action game has like a baby with your tower defense game. That's basically what a tower offense is. And we're going to tell you exactly how this plays out in our game, because of course we want to convince you to work on it. But first of all, we need to introduce ourselves, right? So we're no strangers. My name is Carlos. I'm a third-year CS major, and I'm going to be your programming person along with Jasmine, which I will introduce in a second. And next to me is, what's your name again?
I'm Chris. I'm Chris. I am a fourth-year CM major. Ignore that third bullet point. That's and I'm a second-time lead. I led a game named Bonbon and worked on a few others. Yep. Here's a list of games we worked on. You might recognize a few of them. Yep. And we have 4 more people to introduce. We have Boo Wen and Jasmine Cobb as our programming 3D sub-leads, if they want to stand up. Wow, look at those. Woo! And then next up, we have David Tran as our sound sub-lead. Look at Speedy Boy, look at that. 1 mile per hour, that's crazy. All right. So, what is Altaroon? So before we get into the game, I think it's good to introduce who our character is. So here is our character. Their name's pretty easy to pronounce. You guys can try it yourselves. Cool, but we're gonna call her Yan. Okay, she is a talentless mage who travels the catacombs, and she uses her ME degree to channel her magic power. She builds towers to cast spells. And I'm gonna ignore that. Anyway, so.
So this is basically our game. If someone can play the demo real quick right there. All right, so I said we're a tower offense. That basically means you're playing an action game like Moonlighter, but instead of like hitting enemies, you're placing down towers, and you're letting those towers obliterate your enemies. How fun. It might seem a little bit passive, like what in the world am I doing? But we're gonna get there in just a minute. Basically, once we get to talk about what you guys will be doing for this game, it will make sense, trust. So, let's start with programming. So this game was conceived to be an accessible game for programmers and artists in the first place. So we're going to be using Unity and C#, which is slightly better than Java, or a lot better than Java. I'm not taking any discussion on that. But basically, this is a very light game in terms of backend. So you don't have to worry about too much about how hard it's going to be to code stuff. We're going to have stuff for you even if you have never opened Unity before. First off, let's talk about what we already have. We have a basic movement mechanic set up. You know, your classic Elden Ring role is very cool. You have some tower placement mechanics. And right here, we can talk about where you guys come in. You guys will be implementing enemies like this very cool golem that I did at 3 a.m. last night. Or those enemies that are on the right, which are very cool sketches. It's supposed to be a programmer art. Do you like it? Yeah? Yeah! Let's go! I feel so reassured right now. Anyways. So, you're also going to be implementing towers, these very cool things that shoot stuff. We have this one that shoots projectiles at very fast, pew, 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 and we have this other one which slows down time, and you can use it to slow enemies and whatever. You know, it's pretty cool. And we're going to have a little bit of other things around, like player skills, runes that you can attach to your towers, something else that gets very political. You know, we're going to have a lot of stuff for you guys to implement so long as our designers do a good job. Our designers are basically going to be doing room layouts so that then our artists can turn them into something like that. We're going to be populating those with those cool enemies that need balancing, those towers that need balancing. So please, programmers, designers, we need you. This game wants you. And with that out of the way, then let's talk about art.
So my artists, you guys have been waiting. What about visuals? We have plenty of tasks for you guys, especially 3D artists, riggers, and animators, because we are a 3D game. So our art style is like this pixelated 3D, like think Dead Cells, and our environment will be like your classic desert game, like think Shantae, Sumeru if you played Genshin, or you have Gerudo Valley, etc. And yeah, we need a lot of 3D artists. Please help. There's so much environment stuff we need to do. Yan needs a model. We need character artists to help model, rig, and animate because we have a lot of skills. And guess what? You need no experience. I'm not even kidding. That's 7 cubes. I made that in Blender in 5 minutes. That looks pretty good in the game, and if you're cracked out, that's 21,000 vertices, and it still looks pretty nice, right? But yeah, also, 2D artists, don't forget about you guys. We need also concept art. We have lots of towers, enemies that need to be drawn. Carlos, your programmer art's kind of good, but I'll stop. Hey, game interfaces, we need UI, sprite icons, and we need more promo art. If you like the thing at the beginning, we need more of that. So yeah. And finally, these are my people, technical artists, VFX artists. We need flashy, matchstick VFX. Like, we have a time tower, we have like a flamethrower. We need a lot of like magic, tech-based like visual effects that look really like poppy. So yeah, also we need materials and shaders, etc.
Alrighty, and last but not least, please, I'm on my knees. We need audio, people. Our game, please, needs audio. We need music, desert music actually. So if you want to work on that, we're gonna be mixing a little bit of EDM with, your classic orchestral stuff and techno sound effects from games like Nautica, StarCraft, Our Towers. We'll talk more about that in the actual onboarding meeting. So please, audio people, I will put a shrine in my room to you, and I pray to you every night. Please, we need you. But other than that, that was basically it. Here's gonna be a link to our Discord and an interest form. So please make sure to check that out if you want. And join us in the call 127 from 1 to 3 p.m. I think I got that right. On Sunday. We need you guys. Please join. That's it.
Any questions? Questions, anyone? Oh, yeah. So the end goal is to have multiple towers. It is technically a roguelike with random rooms. So our goal is to have maybe like 5 to 6 towers and maybe like 3 to 4 enemies and maybe a boss if we have time. Yep.
And if you're talking about your goal as a player, well, I like killing things in video games. I'm not gonna lie. This is pretty much what the game is about. There is a little bit of resource management and strategy, and you kind of want to get to the coffee machine at the end. That's kind of a spoiler. But, if you want to learn more about that part, you can join the onboarding meeting soon. And thank you very much. Very good question.
Back there. It's a remix of Shantae. I think it's like a Burning Ruins or something. But yeah, it is from Shantae. Yes. Any other questions? Cool.
Thank you, guys. Okay, everyone. It has been a long and arduous journey. We have been out to sea for a whole hour, and I know you are all exhausted. But what I need from you is to show everyone just how fearsome our pirate crew is. And I need you to give me the loudest, spin that wheel, that you have ever given in your lives. So, on my count, 3, 2, 1, spin that wheel!
I don't know what's gonna be.
All right, and finally, it's Aiden from Tetra City.
Yeah. That's awesome. Tetra City, let's get it going. I think we should just end it off nice and chill, a little bit relaxed. We shouldn't get, let's calm things down a little bit. I'm just kidding. I want to cordially invite all of you to come help me build the wonderful Tetra City. Do we have the music going? Yes. Okay. Do we need to turn it up? I don't know. Anyway, there it is. Come help me build beautiful Tetra City. Now, but what am I to tell you that? I don't want to tell you what to do. I'm just some guy, I like making games. I'm second-year CS major, whatever, sysarc theory. I enjoy building compilers, so you could say I'm a little crazy. I like to do crazy things, I liked it. It was fun. You should try it sometime. Anyway, I worked on this game called Sylvie's Constellation. Yeah. And that's actually the only VGDev game I've worked on, so first time lead, solo lead. It's going to be fun. I don't play League, don't play Valorant. Play normal games like TF2, because everybody who plays that game is normal, right? Anyway, yeah. So, but what is this crazy game I'm talking about? So, it's basically, I'll go into it in a second. It's like Tetris meets SimCity meets Slay the Spire meets Godot. Godot, yeah. But what does that mean? Tetris? So as you can see there, what is that? Is that some buildings? But oh my goodness, we're stacking the buildings on top of each other. Pretty crazy, huh? So, but what do? Are we just stacking buildings? No, we're not. We're building. Come on. If we want next slide. We're building an awesome city, yeah. So we're going to be growing our city. It's going to look just like that wonderful Sim City right there. See how it's sort of at the end of the game? And wait a minute. Okay, so there's like some like a meter of population and like the R and the I and stuff. We don't have any of that, just the money part. So you're actually not building a city, you're just trying to min-max the amount of money you're making. But how are we going to do that? You can see we're buying buildings there, but I mean, what can I do to affect the amount of money I'm making? That, my friends, is where Slay the Spire comes in. If you've ever played that game, you know about the crazy strategies you can come up with by building your decks. You can do the same thing here by strategically placing your buildings. So you can see right there, this is an idea I kind of just threw together. You know, a park could buff nearby apartments plus 1 coin per day. And that's just the start of it. It gets crazier. So the more buildings you place, you build up your strategy. Eventually you'll be able to upgrade buildings. So you'll be able to build a crazy profit-making machine. So by the end of the game, I'm hoping we're going to keep the scope small. I would say it probably has the least amount of stuff in any VGDev game this semester. So it's going to be chill, it's going to be strategic, but we're still going to focus on fun. And not only will it be fun to play, it's also going to be fun and easy to develop. What does that mean? So it's going to be flexible, communicative. Those are my 2 core principles right there, is communication, flexibility. So how are we going to do that? Well, let's talk about it. For each person. Starting with, come on, your friend and mine, the programmers. Oh, we went too far. Hang on. I do like you. Okay, I like you guys. I am one of you guys, programmers. So we're going to be using Godot with GDScript, and C# pros, don't get mad. Don't start throwing tomatoes at me. I do believe GDScript is what gives Godot its superpowers, so that's what we're using. We're going to focus on, I don't want to say clean code, apparently that's a bad word these days, but organized code. We're following the best practices. So we're going to be focused on documentation, as I mentioned, easy to develop. So we're going to try to keep this thing organized. We'll see how well it goes. Next up is, we need the artists now. There we go, artists. You guys get to draw buildings. Yeah, that's what I was hoping. Exactly, so. It's not going to be, we don't have all these crazy characters like Altaroon, like all these other games, but it's going to be some great environment art. So if you're more of like the environment artist, you like doing the backgrounds, you like the buildings, this is going to be the game for you, especially if you're a fan of pixel art. So we've got a good 16-bit art style there. You see Mario up there. We're going for SNES specifically because those games are just kind of a vibe, you know, simple shapes, vibrant colors. So it's going to be exciting. And even if you don't like pixel art, we've got concept art, logos, everything. All right, let's switch the song. Here we go. All right, because we're getting to the fun part, which is the tech art. And as a reminder, this is how the game looks right now. So I do kind of need you guys. We're going to have a lot to do. So you're going to be focused on game feel and ambient effects. It's going to be great. As if you may remember, there weren't really a lot of shaders on the SNES, so you will be working a lot with GDScript. So kind of interesting. Let's get the guitar in here. For the UI designers. So UI designers, you'll be doing the pixel UI, and it's going to be fun. I like pixel stuff. We're going to be focused on, as I mentioned, playability early on. So we're going to start with the basic UI and then get the more advanced stuff as we go on, polish it up. So we're focused on gameplay HUD and other aspects. We've got the title screen, we've got the settings. So there's a lot to do UI. We're a very UI-heavy game. And almost out of time, but we still have time for Mark Brown. Guess what he's saying right now? Hi, I'm Mark Brown, and I want you, hang on, and I want you to work on Tetris City. So he's saying that right now because he made a video talking about how awesome Slay the Spire is because there's these great synergies between the cards. And so he is basically telling you to work on Tetris City. So we get to do balance. There's going to be a lot of balance after the playtest, so you get to come up basically with Slay the Spire. If you're like, I should have made that game, well, guess what? You can now. Next up, we got, there we go, Riders. So pretty much not much of a story, which is good because we're running out of time. You're on a floating island, you're running out of fuel, you need to buy the nuclear reactor. That's pretty much it. So you guys get to help come up with more of that, although we're really focused more on writing NPC dialogue and humor and stuff than the actual story itself. And the last two, last but not least, just like Tetris City, musicians and sound effects artists. We're going to be going SNES style, classic retro sound effects, really iconic ones. Maybe a little bit of dynamic soundtrack, we'll see. But yeah, just something chill, something jazzy. And then sound effects, you got really interesting stuff in there, kind of unique, because we're moving around buildings, not just jumping up and down and stuff. And one last thing, I do want an art sub-lead. See that there is Robin Williams and Den Poet Society. If you know that reference, you're probably going to be a good art sub-lead, because you guys are really aesthetic and stuff. So You'll be focused on art, tech art, UI design. Basically, I need somebody who can speak the language of an artist. So if that sounds interesting, it's in the sign-up form. And speaking of sign-up form, next steps. Join the Discord, do the sign-up form, and come to onboarding tomorrow, Colt 125. It'll be at 5 p.m., so we're going to have a great time. And Icebreaker, we're going to get acquainted with the project, Jackbox and stuff. And also, guess what? Today is my birthday, so I really want you to come because I don't want to be lonely on my birthday. So come to onboarding. Thank you. Thank you. Any questions? We've got 40 seconds for questions, so one big important question. Yes. Cake? We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. There's like a 50% chance of cake. Okay. We have like 20 seconds. So another important question. Or if we don't, if I've said everything. Probably in terms of prog rock, right now I would say yes. And that's not a prog joke, that is the band. Yes. I didn't mention it. There was Pilot Wings on the screen, something like Pilot Wings. I'm thinking about like those early launch title stuff, even something more like F-Zero. Basically the launch title era, beginning era SNES, stuff like that, SimCity soundtrack. And that's all the time we have. Thank you very much.
All right. And with that, my friends, we have come back to port. If you did not take the opportunity to join the Discords for the games, you will have the chance to in the Discord server. Scan one QR code, 2 QR codes, all the QR codes. Scan all of them. Please, can we just get another round of applause for this semester's amazing leads? And that is all I have for you today. If it's your first time in VGDev or your 100th, welcome back home. I can't wait to set out on a semester's worth of sailing voyages with you, and I hope you'll join us next week when we set sail one more time. Thank you. Okay, and now here's the thing that you have all been waiting for. Pizza. Okay, what we are gonna do is team leads first, then leadership, and then we can start lining up and we'll distribute pizza. We have veggie, pepperoni, and cheese. Sound good, everybody? All right. Whew.
Fucking people. Hey. We have an amp right now, but it's